Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, it's a patch note video, but also earlier before the patch note, they actually released the preview of new content, which I actually missed it because I was busy at the time, right? So we're gonna go through the preview of it first, then we're gonna go through the patch note for more details, right? So preview of the new content, we got a new Shimmer Esper is Ming is the name, is 雷震子, which is the bird that we have been mentioning. He is a free Esper, free legendary Shimmer Esper that you can go up to R6 maximum reso for free. So I did ask a bit like how the method will go, right? So it's something like Moroyama that you need require you to grind certain thing like maybe you grind the Ripple fragment, something like that, and then there's some requirements like Everett. Like Everett one will require you for your certain Esper to unlock, right? But other than the requirement of the Esper is more requirement about your game content. For example, let's say your Calamity Tower reach until certain floor, then you unlock the condition to get his reso, something like that. So it's more, so you definitely can get him to R6 for free, no need to top up anything as long as you play the game, because they require you to complete certain content in the game. For example, it's a Calamity one like I mentioned, right? But for more details, we're gonna wait until the test server to check it out. And I haven't watched look at his kit yet, so I'm curious like how his kit will do as well. Then we have this Hex Gauntlet Phase 4, which is the last Hex for the Anomaly Season 2. We have this Leopard guy here, a Hunter guy, not Leopard guy. And then let's see, there's other, this is all the usual mini events, right? And then this is the raid up we're gonna have. So as usual, this is the new Esper raid up. And then Elif is back. So if you are really looking forward for R6 Esper to max out, this is definitely the time. Like previous patch is totally a rest patch. You will see I don't even make a lot of content previous patch because there's not really too much of content to make. There's no new event or something fresh, right? So if you save a lot of Wishstone already from the previous patch because there's no new Esper, you should have enough as a Wishstone or maybe close enough to make Elif to R6. So highly recommend Elif to R6, but be down here, I want to see like how is his kit. I haven't watched his kit yet. And then the rest here we have like Chu Yao, this is a good one. Ashley you can skip. And then Lu Shang here. Oh, Lu Shang rerun so fast. This is not expected, but maybe because Lu Shang with Bidao have some synergize, or maybe because of their story, no idea. But this is the raid up Esper. Okay, then we can go through the patch note now. So now we're gonna go through patch 3.4.15, which is the update on November 19. So we have new Esper here, we have Anomaly Phase 4, new Esper Fusion, events, and then some. Okay, not too much, but let's go into detail of the Esper kit, right? So Bidao is 神功包, is a 5-star flow Esper, is a controller Esper. Okay, inflicting petrification. Okay, the first thought when I saw this, I'm thinking like, is he actually a combo with Tricky and Zihe, right? Okay, S1 deals damage to one enemy based on attack. Then Ascension deals damage to one enemy based on attack, and all of the enemy debuff. Okay, extend debuff duration is something like Chu Yao passive. Chu Yao passive will also extend the enemy debuff duration. Then his S1 here. Then he will trigger as S1, which is going to trigger more often because this S1 will trigger a lot more often, while Chu Yao's one is only on the passive, which will go into cooldown. Then S2 prioritize selecting one enemy with petrification, which is combo with Tricky or Zihe. Then if the target has petrification, it will inflict soul snare. Okay, if the target doesn't have petrification, so there's two conditions. If it is stone, then it will inflict soul snare. But if he doesn't get stone, there's a chance of inflicting petrification. Oh, something like Tricky as well, right? Because Tricky will also inflict petrification, so he don't have to rely on Zihe. He can also make a team by himself because he can also apply petrification. Cannot miss and cannot be resist. Okay, then what is Snow Snare? Cannot be healed. Okay, so Snow Snare is like a disease, and the carrot takes true damage based on max HP at the start of allied non-active turn. Okay, so Soul Snare is a debuff that including disease and including bleed. It's either bleed or poison, something like that. So it's a Soul Snare is a combination of disease or bleed, or it's a disease plus bleed or poison, something like that. And then he also apply petrification. He feel like a combination of Chu Yao plus Tricky plus Hilda. Yeah, it feels like that. And then S3 is deals damage to all enemy based on attack, inflict petrification on all enemy. Wow, it's gonna be a very good combo with Zihe. And then grants Sardonic Slice to be down. Okay, so Sardonic Slice to himself is a buff for himself. Before an enemy turn start, if they have a specific number of debuff, how many specific number of debuff is the key that we're gonna observe at the test server. So let's say there's 4 debuff, then it will inflict petrification. So you can actually make a debuffer team. Like let's say Zihe will be the controller, and then you will get true damage from petrification, right? And then she's a petrification queen, and then Bidao here can also deal petrification, and then all you need is about a specific number of debuff. We have no idea how many, but maybe you can do a debuff team. Let's say Chu Yao plus Tricky plus Bidao plus Zihe, and then maybe one more Esper. Then we can make like a stone team or debuffer team, because their passive can also reduce their HP or deal damage as well. I think it's going to be a very interesting team if we actually make it. Then the Rezo R1 here, S3 final damage increase, and then R2 effect here, Dustfire Pearl is the S3. S3 have a new effect added to the Sardonic Slice, the passive buff he provided to himself. He's immune to petrification, and if the petrification on any enemy ends early, extend the so it's like a reverse version of the Tricky's passive. Like Tricky's passive is if they end their debuff earlier, Tricky will deal damage to them and then apply petrification to them. While his one is if their effect ends early, the debuff ends early. Maybe no, not debuff, it's only petrification ends early, then he'll extend his own buff. So we're gonna see like how long is the Sardonic Slice buff turn. But from what I'm looking at now, I think he's a pure PvP Esper. I don't think he will be benefit in PvE, because PvE petrification doesn't really matter and he relies on it. Okay, then R4, if an enemy is on stun, then all allies speed increase. Okay, this is interesting. I think this is the first R4 effect that's very interesting, because it actually increases your all ally speed. How many speed increase, we have to see, but I think it's 20 speed. Then R6 effect is added to Dustfire Pearl, which is the S3. So you instantly get this Sardonic Slice at the start of combat. Okay, so from the Rezo wise, not looking at the multiplier, not looking at the specific number count, I would say R4 is actually a good spot to stop. I think R4 will be interesting. Yeah, but I think the Rezo wise, R2 is the main thing to actually be fun. Then R4, the bonus is actually very, very nice. Then R6, I want to see like how strong is Sardonic Slice at the start of combat will affect in the combat, right? So if it doesn't really matter too much, like if you can actually wait for your turn to apply it, then I don't think he needs the R6. I would say he's an R2 Esper. He doesn't really need R2 Esper, I would say. R2 is like bonus or make it even smoother, but I don't think he need a R2. Like it's a R2 must. Not really, but I think the R2 is good. The R4 is good. R6 is I want to see like the final outcome first. Then Ming is the 雷震子, is a 5-star Shimmer Esper that we can get him for free until R6. Depends on the requirement, depends on the material that you have saved up, and you have to grind. You have to grind for his material to get his reso. So he's a fighter Esper with high speed. Okay, fighter Esper with high speed, capable of dealing massive AoE damage. S1 deals damage to one enemy based on attack. I thought you were gonna do AoE. Then Ascension deals damage to one enemy based on attack. Then Sky Wrath cooldowns is S3 will reduce his S3 cooldown by 1 turn upon critical hit. So it's a free ocean wave, but a stable ocean wave, because as long as you crit, right? Is it? No. You don't. Yeah, as long as you crit, you'll reduce 1 turn S3 cooldown. And then I believe this effect will also trigger in Assist, Pursuit, and Avatara. It should be also triggering all this situation. So I think his S1 is going to be very, very strong. It reminds me of Valeria, like the S1 keep triggering, right? Then S2 effect here, consume remaining HP to gain Thunderclad. Okay, Thunderclad, consume remaining HP. So let's say he consumed the current 20% of his HP, I guess. Then it converts to consume HP to increase crit damage at a certain ratio. Oh, he sacrificed his own HP to increase his crit damage. Okay, this is interesting. Then Thunderclad increase crit damage by a multiplier, no idea how many percent, let's say 25%. Increase speed dramatically. Wow, how many speed increase? Immune to ability damage, attack down, speed down, crit damage down, AP down effect. Wow, okay. I think his passive is like, this effect is actually very interesting. Basically, most of the debuff that actually will affect his AP count and also his damage output will get he will notified to it, because like attack down will affect his DPS, speed down, speed I have no idea. Then crit damage that will affect his multiplier, AP that will affect his turn to deal damage. So I think it's actually a very good debuff buff for himself, but he will consume a certain remaining HP portion. How many percentage of the HP? No idea. Then S3 deals damage to all enemy based on attack. Okay, so that's the AoE damage. Oh, so his S1 is just to reduce his S3. Then you use S3 to spam. So he's a fighter with high speed, then capable of dealing massive AoE damage. I see. Okay, then passive. After each Ming action, increase defense ignore while dealing damage up to a certain percentage. Reset after any enemy active turn. Wow. I think he's gonna be one of the best DPS for Desolate Land. I don't think he's a pure PvP esper. I think that he's actually gonna be very strong in PvE as well. Like he have a special buff to increase his own crit damage multiplier. He'll reduce his own HP, but in PvE it doesn't really matter because you can heal back. Your team will always be protected. And then you might actually trigger a lot of assist or pursuit, like let's say Chuyao, or let's say you build relief set, or let's say from Avatara you trigger a lot of S1, and S1 will keep reducing your S3, and then your S3 will do AoE damage. Okay, the AoE damage we're going to see the multiplier first, but you also increase the damage ignore while you're dealing damage. So I believe this damage ignore will also get stacked up from Avatara or from the other assist or pursuit damage, but you only reset after any enemy take active turn. So if they don't take active turn, then you can always maintain your defense ignore. I really like his kit, like just the base kit itself. I really like his kit. Okay, then let's take a look at Arezzo. R1, after each Ming action, increase the percentage of defense ignore. Okay, how many percentage? We have no idea, but R1 here is already a epic change. It's like really dealing a lot of damage. Then R2, oh, they actually changed the order. Like usually R1 is this effect. Then R2 will only provide something that is really strong. But they actually make the R1 that is providing very strong. Then the R2 is increasing your S3. So here's the 10%. The final damage increase plus 10%. So this is usually the R1 effect. Okay, then this is the base stats increase. Then this is the extend your Thunderclad's duration, which is this one. How many turns to how many turns? No idea, but I'm assuming from 2 turn increase to 3 turn plus 1 turn, right? Then R6, consume HP to increase the crit damage multiplier. Maybe they increase more, like the Thunderclad here, right? Let's say originally 25%. Let's say R6 here give you 60%. No idea, but I think the R1 is the massive effect changes, then the rest is like bonus. The bonus is really effective as well. This is good because it's main damage output. Extra stats is good. The buff duration, I don't know how impactful yet. We're going to see at test server. Then R6 here, I believe is going to be impactful. I really like his kit now. Just by looking at these two esper, I think he's interesting. Bidao is very interesting, but he's a pure PvP esper for sure. Then Ming here is a very good esper. I really think he's going to be good in PvE and PvP. We're going to see in test server, but just by reading at the kit, I think that it's going to be good at both content. Then we're going to see like how hard is it for us to get his R6. like the requirements. Like one of the requirements I already told you is the calamity tower, like how many tower you can push. But what are the other requirement? I have no idea. Is it gonna require you legendary ability mon, or is it gonna require you EXP mon, or maybe require you to grind, or maybe require you to deal a certain damage count in Desolate Land? No idea at all. We're gonna see a test server. Okay, then new feature here, we're gonna have the phase 4. Okay, so phase 4 is the final hex, and then gather your Esper to conquer the final hex and win amazing rewards. So what is the last one? Let's see. It consists of 4. The team, okay, we have 4 phase, right? You can acquire the limited. Okay, I think this is all the copy paste, like this is the how they actually mentioned. But I really think that the phase 4 is actually the final hex, right? And I really think that it's actually a boss fight, and the boss fight is actually fighting the Torch Dragon. We have to see the new version preview tomorrow, but I really believe that it's actually a boss fight that you have to actually fight the Torch Dragon. We're gonna see this, but I'm really interested at this part, because if it's really a boss content, that is one of the most interesting thing, because I really like bossing content, especially for PvE. So we're gonna check this out. And then new Esper fusion. Okay, this is the Ming, the 雷震子 one. Participate and obtain a new Shimmer Esper for free. Unlock Red R6. Okay, so you have to get Everett first, then you can only get unlock 雷震子. So if you are a new player or your returner that doesn't even completed your Everett yet, then you are not able to do 雷震子. Okay, so how do we get it? I didn't expect they actually put it in the patch note, because you know usually the patch note they don't put details. Okay, special keepsake. We're gonna get keepsake. Main wave 雷震子. After unlocking a 雷震子 Esper fusion mission, complete Desolate Land hard. Okay, so this like what I mentioned, right? But any elemental class with a legendary 3 rating or higher for a chance. Okay, so basically this is like they want you to grind hard mode Desolate Land, and you have a chance to get 雷震子 main wave, which is like the Moriyama one. Moriyama will drop from all content, but for 雷震子 one, you can only grind in Desolate Land. Okay, then there's a limit for every week, which is 100. So every week you can get 1 reso of 雷震子. To increase. Oh, so if you have Lu Shang or Yu Jing or Li Ling or Yun Chuan, which is the anomaly Esper, then you can increase this limit. So let's say maybe 1 week you are able to get 200 of the main wave, right? Not sure, but we're gonna see. Once 雷震子 is max reso, then main wave will no longer drop. Access item can be sold for gold. Okay, for detailed fusion rules. Oh, so it doesn't seem like it's time limited, right? It doesn't seem like it's time limited. It feels like it's an average thing. It's not like a Moriyama team. Like Moriyama one, when you end after 2 patches, Moriyama go into the record pool. Yeah, you have to summon for Moriyama for the rest. So I think his case is like the upgrade version of Everett. So you have to complete Everett, then you can only do 雷震子. Then when you do 雷震子, every week you can only get 100 main wave, which is the main material for you to get his reso. But if you want to, if you can't really wait, and if you want to get it faster, then you have to get the anomaly Esper to increase the limit. How many increase? We have no idea. Then more detail, we have to wait until the test server. Then I'm gonna make a video for it as well, like how to get his main wave, like what is the obtain, what are the mission as well, because they did mention Esper fusion mission. Okay, so as you're gonna do his mission, and then you're gonna get his main wave from Desolate Land hard mode. Okay, we're gonna look through like what is the Esper fusion mission when test server. Okay, they added new PoE for Bidao and Ming Shuo. And then, okay, so this is a trial. Everything here is the same. Loyalty chest is the same one, the previous one with the Yun Chuan included. So for those who want to get R6 Brewster, this is a very good chance. Trial, we have Memory Reef. Do we have Redux? No, it doesn't seem like you have Redux. Okay, then Echo Event, this is the rate up we already go through. Then Endless Nightmare is extra reward. Celebration collection is extra reward, royal flush extra. Oh, so this tree is basically here, this tree event here. Yeah, so if we are talking about a mini event, there's nothing much. But if we are looking at the anomaly event, if it is really the bossing of the Torch Dragon, then it's gonna be very interesting. Okay, then we're gonna see some QL changes. Optimize the club shop. Adjust. Wait. Union shop is club shop or not? No. I think this is the overall shop. Optimize the union shop seems like it's an overall shop, and then it will adjust the equipment type available in Gold shop. Okay. Oh, so basically you the Gold shop now currently they only provided a certain very limited range of equipment. Maybe they're gonna upgrade the quality of it as well. Then optimize random wish sticker. When you acquire wish sticker, it will prioritize on the element class having. Okay, this is some good quality of life changes, especially for those club like keep getting the same elemental wish sticker is very annoying, right? So it will actually prioritize on those if your limit of the wish sticker is not maxed, they'll give you the element one. Then optimize formation screen for Calamity. Okay, some quality of changes for Calamity, because yeah, like I mentioned, Calamity Tower is going to be one of the main content for your Esper fusion, right? That's why they make some quality of life changes. They optimize the exploration time rules for Calamity Tower, Calamity Island, because of this content as well. Optimize the challenge rule for Temporal Tower. Okay, maybe this is also one of the mission for Leizenzi's fusion. Oh, making it easier to complete certain Esper. Oh, okay. So cause previously the Temporal Tower, once you actually clear it, you are not able to re-challenge, and because you cannot re-challenge, you have to actually wait for 1 month for you to re-clear the other Esper's Path of Experience or their Emblem of Expertise. So yeah, I think this is one of the best quality of life changes for this patch, because now I can actually do their PoE without waiting for the next month, right? Okay, then optimize the display for feature pool, and then Swift Space, the OnlyFans for it, they're gonna add in more Esper. Alright, so basically that's all for this patch note here. Overall, event wise is decent, quality of life is pretty good. And normally we're gonna see if it's actually a bossing. If it's actually a bossing, I'm gonna love it. And then I think this the biggest patch for the biggest win for this patch is actually the new Esper fusion. Yeah, but you guys can feel free to comment down what you guys think about this upcoming patch. For me, I think the main selling point of the upcoming few patches is gonna be Leizenzi. The new Esper fusion is gonna be very good. Especially, I really like his kit. And then the other thing is about Torch Dragon. Is it able for us to actually challenge? This is the main point. Right, you guys can feel free to comment down what you guys think about it, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Gen MP, Yaki Shibatails, Kemi, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter and patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Code Wardeners, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwops, Rimu, Chorny, Von Hexa, Antonio Winterspoon, Marlene Williams, Eric Mandis, Ium Cragren, Riku Fred X Iris, Calamity, Rocco Stenzions, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chorny. Thank you so much for your support.